Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy, always bored, never boring. Oh, I thought I was going to get through it. Oh, I'm not doing that again. So dumb. Hey everybody, welcome to Always Bored, Never Boring. I was going to put something on the community tab on the YouTube channel today, talking about the future of Blackstone Fortress. But I thought, what the heck, let's set up the camera and let's do a quick video. So here I am. Recently, there have been two different pieces of information which may relate to Warhammer Quest. One is a leak and one is a tease. So first of all, we have the leak. A picture has recently appeared showing a release schedule going through to December, which includes the release of a product called the Blackstone Fortress Annual, slated for release on the 14th of December. Now, I have no reason to doubt that that is actually going to happen. It seems totally legit. Games Workshop have done almanacs for Blood Bowl, and they've done compendiums for Necromunda and other products, so I can see them doing an annual for Blackstone Fortress. Assuming it is going to happen, what's it going to contain? My guess would be, first and foremost, it's going to have all of the content that they have been publishing in White Dwarf. That's all of the content that I've been showcasing on my channel in those Blackstone Fortress White Dwarf episodes. So that'll be good to have all that content in one place. Secondly, they have recently been giving us retinue characters in White Dwarf. And the way that the introduction to those retinue characters is worded, it sounds very much like it was lifted from another product. I said the first time they gave us a retinue character, it sounded like it had been lifted from the rulebook for an expansion that was going to give us a wide range of different retinue characters. So I can very much see there being an extended selection of retinue characters in this annual. Third, I would expect to see updated rules. I would expect to see them addressing some of the questions that have arisen, tidying up some of the areas that are a little bit grey, and also adding in information that was omitted from the original rules book, such as what happens to your grievous wounds when you return to Precipice. So I would be expecting that to be tightened up. Also, I would be expecting them to consolidate the rules all in one place. I don't think, for a lot of people, having the rules spread out over 3 books has worked for them. I think it's something that I hear a lot of complaints about, that people would rather have had all that content in one place, in one book. So if they're going to do an annual, it would make sense to consolidate all of those rules into this one book in sequence, as a more complete single reference point. I would also expect to see all of the narrative and fluff consolidated into one background section. Obviously, the original game came with its own background book, which had some great content in it, but then each expansion has also had additional fluff. It's had particularly Escalation, which introduced new characters. We had background for new characters, but all of the expansions in sequence have been telling an ongoing narrative. So I would very much expect to see a story so far section in this book, which would be a great bit of bedtime reading. I love all the background information for Blackstone Fortress. The theme of the game is one of the big selling points for me. I really think it's a very exciting concept for a game, and for them to just put all that content together in one place in a little book that you can take to bed and read before you go to sleep, that's something that I think would be a good call. I would also perhaps expect to see maybe some new fiction as well, just microfiction, just the stuff that we've been seeing in quite a lot of different things, and in White Dwarf magazine where it's just a couple of pages long, something like that. So that's, like I say, we're not 100% certain there's an annual coming, but I have no reason to doubt that it will be coming. It just seems like a legitimate thing that's going to happen. It seems in keeping with what Games Workshop do. And if it is going to happen, those are my predictions. So updated and consolidated rules, consolidated story so far section, expanded retinue character section, all of the White Dwarf missions and extra rules that we've had so far, all brought together in one place, which will be fantastic for people who have missed issues of White Dwarf and are finding it difficult to get them. So that's all good stuff. And yeah, that's assuming it is happening. I think that's something very exciting, something that I'm looking forward to. Obviously, if a pre-order goes up, I will immediately pre-order it, and I will be showcasing it on the channel as I do with all of my other Blackstone Fortress content. I know that I've been getting quite a lot of subscribers recently, and a lot of people are coming in for the Blackstone Fortress content, which is great. I absolutely love getting all these new people that are coming in and checking out the channel. It's great. I do hope that anybody who has come in for Blackstone Fortress has had a bit of a look around the channel and seen what else is going on. If they have, they will have seen maybe some other content relating to the previous iterations of Warhammer Quest. I have done a few videos relating to Shadows over Hammerhall and the precursor, which was Silver Tower. And in fact, both of those games I also reviewed on my blog, alwaysboredneverboring.com. And I absolutely love all of those games. Blackstone Fortress, for me, is the best iteration of the 3 new Warhammer Quest games, but I still think Silver Tower and Shadows over Hammerhall are fantastic games I'm very glad to own and will be staying in my collection. They are great products. And in fact, in my original review for Silver Tower, one of the comments I made was that Warhammer Quest, the original Warhammer Quest, is a game I loved growing up. It's a game that fired my imagination, and I played it endlessly. It was my favourite game, I think, as from my childhood. But I said, it's outdated now. I played it not long ago, introducing it to some people, and nobody enjoyed it. It's very clunky, it's very old-fashioned, and I said, it doesn't need a new edition. But that old world setting, that's something that a lot of people want. A lot of people, although Age of Sigmar has its fans, a lot of people want a Warhammer Quest in line with the original Warhammer Quest set in the old world. Which leads me to the recent announcement from Games Workshop that they are working on Warhammer The Old World. This was a big announcement on Friday, and the point was that they are obviously going to be making a new tabletop game set in the old world, the world that was. So that's very exciting for a lot of people. As they already have 2 very good skirmish formation battle games, they already have 40k and Age of Sigmar. I would be expecting the new Warhammer game to be a rank and file game, as Fantasy Battle used to be. But we don't really know anything much at the moment. We do know that we are looking at 2 or 3 years before that product comes to market. So we're in very early stages. But it does mean that Games Workshop they're not getting rid of Age of Sigmar. Age of Sigmar is not going anywhere. They didn't blow up the old world, create Age of Sigmar only to blow up Age of Sigmar and go back to the old world. That's not their intention. But it does mean that they are looking back at that world again and creating a new game around that world, which is big news. It's really big news, especially for that guy who burned his Fantasy Battle army when Age of Sigmar came out. Whew. The thing is, I mean, why they're doing this, I don't know. Maybe the Game of Thrones tabletop game is doing really, really well, and they've decided that there might be a market for another rank and file game after all, or maybe they've just decided to tap into some nostalgia, or maybe I don't know. Who knows what Games Workshop are thinking? I don't. They're crazy. But what it does mean is if they're looking back at the old world, then somewhere down the line, they may make other games in the old world. And if they do that, could it be possible that we might get a Warhammer Quest, The Old World? That would be exciting. That would be big. But this obviously is pure speculation on my part. There's no foundation for why I believe they might make Warhammer Quest in the old world. It just seems if they're going to recreate that universe, the universe that they so lovingly blew up, if they're going to start making a game in that again, it could happen. It could happen, and that would be exciting. I would not want it to be a straight recreation of the original Warhammer Quest. I've been spoiled by what they've been doing with the Warhammer Quest line since, but it would be cool to have something a little bit more traditional, a little bit more in keeping with the original style of dungeon plunging that Games Workshop used to produce with Hero Quest, Advanced Hero Quest, and Warhammer Quest. In fact, if they want to make Advanced Hero Quest with slightly updated rules, I'm good with that too. But at this point, I'm just off in the realms of the fairies now, off in the realms of the old world, just speculating, and I don't feel I have anything more to say. Like I say, I was originally just going to do an update on the community tab, but I thought, hey, why not just do a little video? Thank you if you've got this far and listened to my crazy rambling. I do appreciate it. But that is it from me for now. Thank you very much for listening, and hopefully I will see you all again very soon. Bye bye everyone. Bye bye.